Hello and welcome. Today we're going to do something really cool. We're going to build your very first English conversation, right from scratch, piece by piece. And hey, by the time we're done here, you are going to have everything you need to go out there, introduce yourself, and meet someone new. All right, are you ready? Let's jump right in. We're going to keep this super simple, really practical, and the whole point is to give you that confidence. Just start speaking. So let's start with the very first word you'll ever need in any conversation. Every single conversation, no matter how big or small, it always starts with just one word. So for our first section, we're going to focus on exactly that, making that first connection with a simple greeting. Okay, so take a look at these. The great thing here is just how simple it is. Hello. Think of that as your go-to, your universal key. It works anytime with anyone. Hi is just a little more relaxed, a bit more casual, perfect for friends. And then, of course, you've got good morning for the start of the day. These are really the only opening lines you need to get started. So, you've said hello. What's next? Well, the most natural thing to do is to share who you are. So, let's look at how to build that simple hello into a real introduction. So, the big question is, how do you actually introduce yourself? Honestly, it is so much easier than you probably think. There are basically two perfect, super simple phrases that absolutely everyone uses. And here they are. You can either say, hello, I am, and then your name, or you can say, my name is. That's it. Both are absolutely perfect. Both are 100% correct. Just pick the one that feels more natural for you to say. The magic, though, is in the little words that connect these phrases. And that brings us to the absolute foundation of so many English sentences, the verb to be. Seriously, for a beginner, this is the most important verb you can learn. It's like the engine in the car for I am and my name is. Once you get the hang of this one little verb, it just opens up a whole world of other sentences you can build. Right, but a good conversation isn't just about you talking, right? It's a two-way street, a dialogue. So, once you've introduced yourself, it's your turn to ask about the other person. That's how you keep it going. And this right here, this is the magic question. What is your name? It's so simple, right? But it's polite, it's direct, and it's the perfect way to flip the switch and turn your introduction into an actual conversation. So the really key thing to get here is the switch from my to your. It's super important. My is all about me. Your is all about, you, the other person. Think about it. My name is a statement. But what is your name? That's a question you're asking them. It's just a tiny change, but it's what makes the conversation flow back and forth. And this idea of whose it is, it doesn't just stop there. As you can see, we've got my for me and your for you, but we also have his when we're talking about a man and her when we're talking about a woman. Learning these little words is like unlocking a new level. It gives you the power to talk about other people, not just yourself. Okay, now let's talk about something that happens all the time. A very real situation. You're talking to someone and you just don't understand their name. Maybe it's unfamiliar, maybe they said it too fast. Don't panic. There is a super simple way to handle this. Seriously, this happens to everyone, even native English speakers. So what do? The one thing you don't want to do is just guess. There's a really polite way to ask for a little help. And here's the golden phrase. Please spell your name. It's simple, it's polite, and it instantly shows the other person that you care about getting their name right. It solves a problem just like that. Of course, to understand what they say next, you just need to know a little bit about the alphabet. So you've got your basic building blocks, right? Vowels and consonants. Pretty standard stuff. But the really, really important thing here, the crucial rule, is that last point, proper nouns. And that includes names, always start with a capital letter. That's not a suggestion, it's a solid rule in written English, and it's a fantastic little tip to remember. Okay, so let's recap. You said hello, you shared names, maybe you even had to ask them to spell it. You've done great, so what's left? Well, how do you wrap things up and end the conversation nicely? This is the classic, friendly way to close things out after meeting someone for the first time. It's like a little routine. One of you says, nice to meet you, and the other person's line is, nice to meet you too. It's just a really warm, positive way to say goodbye. And then for the actual final word, you've got a few choices. Goodbye is the classic, it works for anyone, anytime. See you later is a little more informal, kind of suggesting you expect to see them again. And you can never go wrong with a simple thanks or thank you. It's always a nice, polite touch. All right, we've looked at all the different parts, haven't we? The greeting, the introduction, asking their name, and saying goodbye. We have all the puzzle pieces. Now for the fun part. Let's put them all together and see what a real, natural conversation looks like. Just look at this. It's so smooth. Person A kicks it off with hello, person B jumps right in, says hi back, gives their name, and asks that key question. Then person A answers and adds that friendly nice to meet you. Person B closes it out perfectly. See? You know every single word, every single step of this. You can absolutely do this. So, that really only leaves one thing, doesn't it? One final question. You've got the script, you've got the tools, and hopefully you're feeling a little more confident. The only thing left to do now is to actually go out and use it. So I'll leave you with this. Who are you going to have your first conversation with?